Shalom, and welcome to another week of Children's Virtual Sunday School with Orange Baptist Church. As you can see, Miss Lindsay is not here today. It is I, a Pharisee, the smartest, greatest person you know. Do you know anyone smart? Well, I am smarter. I am better. Do you know why I'm smarter? Because I spend my life studying God's law, studying the rules, and then I will make sure that you do your job. I will make sure that you do everything the law says to do. That is my job as a Pharisee. Well, do you want to know a fun trick? I try to do this all the time. I try to trap Jesus with a very important question. Just the other day I asked him, Jesus, what is the greatest commandment? And I just knew that I would trap him. But, oh goodness, he got me again. He said, love one another. That is the greatest commandment. But one day I'm going to get him. I was just thinking of another one. I thought, maybe I could ask Jesus if who is the greatest among you? Maybe that would get him. I'm going to go ask him. And I'll be right back and tell you what he says. I'm sure I'll trap him. Well, I'm sad to say I didn't trap him. He did it again. I asked him, I said, Jesus, who is the greatest among you? And do you know what he said? He came back and he said, your servant. Your servant is the greatest. And then he went on to say, those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. Goodness, I wonder if he's talking about me. I do think I'm pretty great. I do think I'm pretty smart. I wonder if I will be exalted. It sounds like he's saying, maybe if I serve someone, that will be the one that is exalted. I am going to have to go rethink my ways. I think he's talking about being humble. We could all try to be humble by serving others. I'm going to go try that. I'll let you know how it goes. Well, guess what? That Jesus was correct. I saw someone who needed food, and I took it to them. And then they were hungry, and they thanked me. And let me tell you, when they thanked me, it was the best feeling in the world. So I wonder, young ones, why don't you try this week? Humble yourselves. Serve someone else. Maybe say something kind to them. Maybe do something that you would want done for yourself. Love them. And yes, you too will be exalted. All right. Until next week, Miss Lindsay will be back. But I hope you enjoyed meeting me, the greatest Pharisee of all. Okay, bye-bye. Hey, well, did you meet my friend the Pharisee? Love that guy. He has really come a long way. Well, thinking about being humble is really good for all of us to do, including myself. I have to remind myself sometimes that it's important to think about how Jesus would do things versus how maybe I might do things. So today our craft is a recipe for humble pie. And humble pie is, you might hear someone use that as an expression sometime, like he needs a big slice of humble pie. But this is just supposed to be fun. So you can use a brown paper bag, or in my case, I didn't have a brown paper bag, so I just found a box and I took a piece of paper and I wrote on the front, you can write recipe for humble pie, and I drew a little cookbook, or you could say ingredients for humble pie. And basically, I want you to think about different things that it means to be humble. And so I'm going to give you some examples that I came up with, but maybe you could talk about it with your parents or a friend, and maybe you guys could come up with other ideas of what it means to be humble. So one of the things that I did is I wrote, humility, or being humble, is doing what Jesus does. And so then I want to take an object that means something to me that maybe is like an outward object, something I might use on the outward, the outside of me to make myself seem better, but put it in my box to remind me that this is the opposite of that. So I'm taking a ring, because lots of times we wear jewelry to try to embellish ourselves on the outside. So I'm going to put that in the box. And I did another one. Humility is serving others. So I think the Pharisee talked about thinking about ways that we could serve others. So I found some makeup, and that's when I'm going to attach this one to makeup, because lots of times we want to put makeup on and make ourselves just look, and there's nothing wrong with that, but this is just to remind us that we're not looking at the outside, we're looking at the inside, and that's what matters to Jesus, is what's on the inside, what's in our heart. And so when we're copying what Jesus does, we are serving others, and that is a very humble thing to do. So serving others, and putting that in my box. And you can just keep on going with that. There's lots of things you could think of. You could do humility as being kind to others. Humility means looking to God for strength, or humility is the opposite of pride. Come up with all the different things that you can think of what it means to be humble, and you stick it in your box as a reminder of how to be humble and what that looks like. And it's a recipe for humble pie. All right, I hope you enjoy, and I hope you have a great week, and I will see you back here next week. And I've also included some fun songs that have to do with, there's a Pharisee song, and it goes, I don't want to be a Pharisee because the Pharisee's not fair, you see. You'll like it. You want to be a sheep, blah, blah, blah. You'll see. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.